Hey kids, come back again. I enjoyed yesterday. I can't really keep up like I used to be able to, and can't do all the jumping around and dancing like I once did. But evidently you have an endless supply of energy. I really do pray all during the week and ask God to help me determine what he wants me to do with you during the children's message time. This is a very important time for me because I enjoy being with you and singing a song or doing a magic trick or telling you a story. Recently we looked at a boy who cried wolf. I don't know if you'd ever heard that story before. So this week I kept having something pop up in my brain. So it's a little unusual and it may not be something you enjoy. But when I was about your age, it seems that every time you turned the television on, that there was a program on that my daddy and I called a cowboy. You got a cowboy on? Yeah, we got a cowboy on, and it comes on here. It was most people called it a Western. We had Bonanza and Cheyenne and Maverick. Gunsmoke. Big Valley. We had, and then the big screen had like John Wayne, a great cowboy. And there was a program, one of the first televised Westerns was a thing called Wagon Train. And I didn't know any of the players on Wagon Train, though I came to know them. And they had a fellow who was like the head foreman of the cattle drive. Randy's not here. Does anybody remember what the foreman of the drive was, who he was, what his character name was, and who he was on Wagon Train? His name was Rowdy Yates. And he was played by an actor named Clint Eastwood. Nobody knew who Clint Eastwood was. But they wanted to make more Westerns, and they were very expensive, and so they couldn't make enough of them, though they would make a lot of money. So some people over in Italy said, come over here and we'll make Westerns here. And they called them spaghetti Westerns. And so I used to be able to whistle very well. I can't whistle very good anymore. But this, yeah. Da 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 da. Now usually that is either screamed or whistled, and it was a very iconic sound for the most famous Western. I've got a video on the desktop there, Carter. It's named Good. And I want to show you a part of this, and I want you to listen. Turn the volume way up from the very start, because it starts right off with the music. Hear that? It was called The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. And what really made it so wholesome and healthy was it was very violent for lamb service. The good, that's the bad, and there was the ugly right there. And this music and this whistling went through the whole movie till finally, right at the very end of the movie, these three people, they're gunfighters. They're all standing, facing each other off on a shoulder. characters were hilarious. In spite of all the violence, this is what we watched when I was your age. That's enough of that, Carter. Go ahead and check this out. Many people thought that when the Messiah came, when the light of the world came, everything would be good. They believed that if Jesus was the Messiah, the light of the world, when Jesus came, everything would be good. But do you know what it is? It's good, and it's bad, and sometimes it's ugly. I love Jesus, and he is a light in my life. And yet, he shakes me into reality. He says, look, going to be lots of good, and the good's going to get bigger and better, and the best is yet to come. There's still a lot of bad, and that's why I came, Jesus said. There's a lot of ugly. There's a lot of ugly. Good, bad, and ugly. And in the end, when the whole story is told, even in this silly movie, Clint Eastwood probably wasn't the very best example you could pick to represent good, but he was the good, and he prevailed, and his morals and his virtue won the day, even in such an atmosphere as that. Jesus came with the intention of the good overcoming the bad and the ugly. All right? Thank you very much. You can go back and sit with your folks. Our ushers would come forward. Let's receive our offering. Always be generous as God has blessed you. What's our offertory hymn, Brother Danny? Hymn number 160. Number 160. Let's sing together.